Oh, there we go. I always do that. I always ask just as it like goes live, and it's probably like the start of every session. Like, oh, is it live yet?
That's what I did the other day. It seems to be on a delay, and then I was like, "Are we live?" Yes, we are. So here we go. Hi.
Hi. You okay?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here with a fabulous Yvette, and we really wanted to share your journey, really. And like it says on the bottom of the screen, like the huge identity shift that you have had, which has changed your inside mind and your outside physically as well, and also led to you, like, you literally, in your words, like feel like a completely different person, right? So again, we've been live this week. We just want to come and share these inspiring transformational journeys because it's important for you to hear them, because it's possible for you too, right? For everyone.
Yeah, 100%. And I've got a little bit of a advantage because obviously I work with you guys. So when you started developing Mind Coding and we started working on, what the copy would be and like how we would talk about it, at first I thought, oh no, it wouldn't be for me because I'm not a coach. I run a marketing business and a Kundalini business on, on the side. And not on the side. I need to stop saying that, don't I? Wow, I get to stop saying that. Ooh, look at me catching myself. Yeah.
That's a coaching moment right there.
So I have two businesses that are wonderful. Yeah. So anyway, I as we were sort of talking through it and we were working through that, I was like, actually, do you know what? This is going to be really helpful. At the time, I was focusing it more on my clients in the marketing side, because a lot of small micro businesses or even medium-sized businesses come to me and they don't know what they don't know, which is fine. And they're very kind of overwhelmed, and they know that they need to or they want to do marketing, but they don't know the landscape. They don't know what it entails. Maybe they've had their fingers burnt with like online courses that only focus on one element and what have you. And what I was finding was a lot of the time there's something about how people connect their worth and their confidence to their business. And I'm also a qualified coach. When I was in corporate, I qualified as a coach, via ICF and all of that type of thing. And I was looking for different tools to be able to confidently at the beginning of a client journey talk to that client and then be able to help them through each of the stages. Because a lot of the time I'm asking them to do things that are so alien to them, and they're perfectly capable of doing it, and I can see that they're perfectly capable of doing it, but maybe they can't see themselves. So anyway, that was like the whole reason why I joined. And obviously I love you guys, and I knew it was going to be amazing. And like when it was the see behind the curtain thing, I was like, I want to see what it is that you guys are doing with us that is creating this massive amount of change as well. So did that. Didn't really kind of go into it with the view that, even though that I knew that it would do this, but I wasn't actually entering into it with the view that I would benefit so personally myself, as in my journey. It was more because I was like, okay, this is going to be great for my business. This is going to be great for my growth. And we all talk about this in our coding circles. So coding circles are the groups that we have where we get to practice this and put it into, put it into use. And you get to work with a really close group of people. There's always one thing that sticks out. There's loads of lessons in there and there's loads of tools. And the thing for me was, it was bringing the, I don't know how you guys, I can't remember how we describe it. It's the spirituality, it's the practicality, it's the psychology, it's the neuroscience, all of that together. So for me, that was perfect. But we all said there's one particular lesson that stuck for us. And for me, it was the identity ladder lesson. And I just stepped into this identity of a woman who keeps promises to herself. That was my thing last year. And the lag effect of that was I went on a health journey that helped me to release 9 stone, 10 pounds, 62 kilos, I think that is. So I'm just like, as a physical person, I didn't expect that. That wasn't why I went into it, which is so cool that this has been like a completely different thing. I'll talk about this openly as well, because most people sort of know it as well. It also helped me navigate through a big relationship, a 12-year relationship breakup, and then moving from because only 19 months before, I'd uprooted my life on the south coast and moved to Wales, as part of that relationship. And then I then needed to uproot it and kind of move back, which I feel like I handled a lot better because of those tools that I had in place, and the community, to be honest with you, because obviously the mind coding community is forever there. We're in the graduates community. So I feel like and we talk about this a lot, don't we? I am on a different timeline. I'm a different person, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of the things, for going through that program. And it's not just because I know people know me as someone who's quite woo. I am woo. I'm very open about that. It's the stuff that I post about. I believe it. I'm in it and I own it, and I'm okay with that. What I would say is whenever I go on things like this that I originally equated to business growth, that's the other side of my brain. That's I have got quite a good business brain on my head. And so I wanted something that had the, I call it practicality. I don't know what else word to use for it, but is it the left brain? Yeah, it's the left brain that deals. Yeah. So it's like the left brain stuff. I was like, okay, this has all of that. And it was just perfect. It was just perfect. So there were people that were in our cohorts that were very left brain, that were getting an exposure and the explanation to the right brain woo element of things, which really helped them language it with clients that they had, whether they were coaching clients or other clients. And for me, very woo right brained kind of, it was giving me for the clients that were coming through that needed more of that explanation. So yeah, that's my story. That's where I am. So yeah, different person.
Literally. And you have released weight in terms of a whole person.
A whole person, yeah.
Well, like you say, it's having the external release is a reflection of your beliefs and identity, and it's also helped you to grow in confidence and belief and being this, being the center stage of your life, being at front and foremost, the leading lady in your life, yeah. Right? And like you just said, you've gone through a break of a relationship and literally moved countries again. Mm-hmm. And that's all part of the process and was your journey that you're meant to be on. And it's all part of this journey of you becoming a different person as well.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is, it's like what you say as well about the confidence. Like I felt like a reasonably confident person, obviously, before I started this. There were obviously wobbles, which is why I'm in Limitless as well. You work on those things. This is just next level because I feel like my words for this year were trust, truth, and elegance. And I didn't know what elegance meant, but it appeared as like my word, one of the words. And I'm like, okay, I'll go with it. That's one of the words. And actually, I feel like that is my word for confidence because I'm elegantly able to show up for clients in a different way. And not to say like it's all easy breezy. I've had situations in the last couple of months where it's not worked out with clients, and that's been hard. And I wouldn't have been able to cope with that if I didn't have the tools through this program. And as a physical visualization thing, it does feel like a step. It's like I've taken a step into and onto a path that is different. And those tools, those mind coding tools, I still go back to them. I'll still go and I'll be like, oh, I remember and it's like that little nugget of something. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let me just go back into my vault and just look at that. And I'll watch the video again and I'll look at the you know, because I've still got all of my workbooks and everything, and like what we did with our coding circles and the notes, and I've got like somewhere, I don't know where it is, it's in one of my little things here as well, like the journal that I took when I was going through like the live things as well. And I'm like, it's just yeah, it looks like, you know, like Beautiful Mind, there's like highlights and there's like, and when I've gone back to it, there's post-it notes, and it looks like a mad person's kind of gone in and just done it. So
I love that. And if you're watching, please say hello and any comments, or if you want to ask me any questions or Yvette any questions, this is your time. Now is your time. Ding, ding. Or if you watch it on replay, again, drop any notes, any comments that you want to ask us. So for people watching this and wherever they are now, like for me, most people want more confidence. Most people want more belief. Most people want better results in their life, more love, money, house, like whatever it is, we all get to have more, right? Wherever we are now, we get to have more. So, and what you said is that one identity shift was for you was a belief that you coded into your mind and your subconscious mind. I'm a woman who keeps promises to herself, which is did the identity ladder and was like, wow, I get to shift my identity. How did you code that in though? Because deciding one day, you know, I might decide today that I'm a magnificent creator and I'm going to manifest loads of money. How do I actually code that into my subconscious so I believe it? So then I take the actions. Because you decided you're a woman who keeps promises to yourself. You said that to yourself. How did you code that in so you got the results? How did you manifest what you did?
So through the identity ladder and the steps that you take, and I'm going to forget exactly like the steps that you go through with that, but one of the things that I remember from that was whatever that new identity is, what I'm going to say doesn't even feel like, the words don't feel deep enough to explain it, but like, how would you show up in each of those moments with that new identity? And sometimes what I did before, which was different for me, and what I'd done before is like, say, for example, you are trying to, I don't know, manifest money or whatever, like, let's just take that. And you think about the identity of the person that has that, whatever that amount is in your life. And then you're kind of like, how does that person act? That wasn't resonating with me. Like some people it does. So I had to take it back, and the identity ladder, almost like the start of the identity ladder, allowed me to take it back. Yeah. And it ended up being, and I always say mantra, because obviously I'm a Kundalini teacher too, and man means mind and tra means journey. So mind journey. I knew I was going on a mind journey. So that I'm a woman who keeps promises to myself. It was in every single moment. So in every single moment, I would look at something. So particularly like if in the health journey, let's just take that, because that's one of the biggest changes. If I was contemplating not going to the gym and, prioritizing work instead, I would sit there and go, okay, well, I'm a woman who keeps promises to herself. How does it feel to break that promise? And at first it didn't land. So I was thinking to myself, okay, how would it feel if I was breaking this promise to my sister, for example, or my niece, or my mum, or you guys, or like whoever it was in that instance? And at first that kind of coded it in for me, but that was exactly that's how you guys took us through those steps.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying however that, also it's micro moments. So don't expect to come into any program, not even just this one, and expect like some massive like life explosion. It's these micro moments. And that was the thing that got me. It was like, in these micro moments, how is that woman keeping promises to herself in this micro moment?
Yeah.
And it was actually that, it was the big identification of micro moments for me, big and small. Like you put labels on things, so the good and the bad perceived things, so yeah.
I love that, because that's the thing, isn't it? People go, well, how did you get from there to there? And we say this all the time, daily spiritual practice. We don't just decide one day I'm going to be a woman who keeps promise to myself, and then we wake up 6 months later and we've released 10 stone. That's not how it works, peeps. Like, we have to learn the tools, the strategies, exact, and how we can make them work for us. That lands in a way that's going to work and fit into your daily life, right? The way you've applied the identity ladder, which is what you're talking about, the way that you've applied that, other people, it will have landed with them and they will have applied it in their way that works for them. The tools and strategies, you take them and you make them work for you and for your business and with your clients. Everybody's using them differently, right?
Yeah.
So we've had other clients who we've had lives with this week who've took the mind coding tools and then put them into their businesses in different things that they've launched, right? So we're all using the tools and strategies in different way that works for us.
Yeah.
And
that's the important thing. And I think that's what's really good about how you teach this, is because you're not teaching it as dogma. You're not teaching it as this is the way that it needs to be done. It's very much, here is the principle, here is the soul behind what it is that, here's the steps, here's the principle and the soul and the feeling and the emotion and the why, and like then make it part. And the other thing that does for confidence as well is that a lot of the times when I've been on, this is just the way that I am, I think as well. Oh, hi, Pat's on. The other way that I think about this too is that we, when I go into other courses, sometimes I feel like I'm starting from scratch, and it's almost like I've discounted my entire growth or spiritual journey or business journey or whatever, like whatever the course is for. And I'm like, okay, I'm fresh, I'm new, I'm starting from scratch. No, sister, you got all this stuff like with you, and for good, bad, ugly, whatever. Like, and so therefore, like, by teaching it in this way, it allows you to work with where you are at the moment where you're at. And that's just perfect, because I didn't know that I'm a woman who keeps promises to herself would lead to weight release. I really didn't. That wasn't my intention,
And separating from the relationship, which wasn't working. You didn't know it at the time, but then what happens is, same as me, you don't know it at the time, and then when you come out of it, you look back and think, wow, that was better for me as a woman who keeps promises to herself, right?
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
That's what we do when we reflect back. We're like, wow, that happened for me because I was meant to not be in that relationship. The universe just came in and did a little bit of an intervention.
Yeah, exactly right.
So, I love that. So for anyone watching this who is considering coming along with us on the journey, what would you say to them?
I would say, I mean, obviously do it. That's the first thing. I mean, this like a no-brainer, but I would actually say, think about, this is your guys' thing in the book as well. Think about yourself in 12 months' time. And if you're exactly the same place, feeling exactly the same things in exactly the same way in 12 months' time, how does that make you feel? And be open to miracles. And obviously miracles in the way that Marion Winston talks about it is a change in perception, because you don't know how your life is going to unfold. And this could be the plot point for you that signals to the universe, okay, she's ready or he's ready, for the next stage. And do not underestimate how fundamentally different those 12 months are going to pass anyway. So do not underestimate how fundamentally different your life can be in a year.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Worlds different.
That question was what then I decided to the breakup of the marriage that I was in, because I wasn't happy. That was that exact question. I was like, I ain't sitting here in December 2020, whatever year it was. I ain't sitting here next year. I literally can't sit here next year saying the same thing, having the same conversations. Like, fuck that. And then the decision, because I was just like, no. So
and the thing is, as you know, like from March, I've picked a new mantra, which is, universe, show me how good it gets. And I've never been good at affirmations. Like, that's not really something I've ever done. I've done other spiritual practices, but because of the mind coding, I am now in the identity of someone who's like, okay, show me how good it gets. And I'm so open to that, like, because I'm a person that is open and believes in like micro changes and da 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 da. And yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
I love it. Thank you. So
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we talk to each other like every single day, multiple times, but I still get excited when I hear you share. Do you know what I mean? So look, I don't know what else. What else you want to hear? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what else can we tell you? If you're sat here on the 18th of September thinking, fuck me, I literally, the thought of being in the same position, in the same place in my life, having these same thoughts and feelings, having these same results, if you're sat there thinking like, I literally, the thought of that is just not ideal, we can help. We can help.
And, you know, for anybody who wants like all the technical stuff, you know, like our beautiful left brain people, you know, obviously click on the links and everything that are there, but it is a robust program. It's very well set up. It's CPD accredited. It's all of the things that you need. So from that perspective, like it's robust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to say. It's just
it's just that.
JFDI, yeah.
Thank you for watching. Like I say, drop any comments, ask us any questions, and if you're ready, just DM ready. Send a message, comment below saying I'm ready, and we'll reach out to you. Okay. So thank you. We've got another live tomorrow with another one of our fabulous graduates. So watch out for that. And yeah, we're going to go and just plot what we're going to do to rule the world, right?
Whoop whoop.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Yvette. We'll see you later.
You.
Bye.
Bye.